We are live.
So we will skip our 5-minute break this time. Both teams are ready to play, and we'll go forward. League of Liquor is on blue side now for their second game. We see a Jinx band come out first. Let me pull up what the previous bands were so we can compare.
Ari here
previously,
as well, then another Hui ban, so they still respect the Hui. I mean, this is kind of a
last time
situation
they
where
banned out Udyr.
League of Liquor probably isn't too worried about what Gets on Base has. They're probably happy to have the same bans that they had in Game 1. Gets on Base sticking with their ban strategy, though. The Vel'Koz and the Ari so far, and the Scion.
Yep.
So exact same first 6 bans. But what is the power pick
Hope
for the
is
other side of going?
again
Alawi's up.
playing mid.
Good call out.
Yeah, Malawi is up. Pantheon is up. But we have seen a strong trend during drafts that it's very common to pick your jungler and bot side first in the LCC and then wait to pick your mid and top on the second rotation. We have seen some adjustments to that, picking mid, especially on red side, seeing some mid picks coming out R3 and also it's an option. Like we sometimes see just like straight blind picks if you're confident in the lane and you don't think they have an answer.
Yep.
Mumu coming out for Gets on Base. I have to imagine this is a jungle Mumu. It has potential to go bot lane as a support.
Jason, I'm gonna let you just run the draft for a second, okay?
All right. I'll stop leaving space for you. So it's just me. Hello, everybody. It's you and me, and it's a Mumu Nautilus on the bot side for Gets on Base. I think this aligns well with how they played last game. We have an Amumu substituted out for Sejuani, but really you play Sejuani and Amumu largely the same. You don't have the same passive stacking. Alawi does come through for League of Liquor. We see a return to the Seraphine. Ashe left available for the second round. We could see Gets on Base ban that out or pick it away here to go with Nautilus. Ashe Nautilus is a decently strong lane on its own. And Ashe does provide some options into Alawi just to pick her out on the side lanes. But I think Seraphine has other options. We could see a Seraphine Senna come out, Gets on Base, waiting to the last second, picking their locking their Darius. I'm glad they managed to finish it. Please hover your picks a little bit before 1 second left, so that you don't miss out on your picks and go for a Tristana top lane.
Yep.
We have top lane coming out for both teams in the first round. We see support, jungle, top lane for both sides. So we're going to see bans out onto mid lane and AD carries
And
in the last
what do you
round.
think about the answer, Darius into Alawi? I kind of like it. I think Alawi is definitely a lane bully, but wants to fight, and Darius is more than happy to take early fights with the bleed passive. This is definitely a lane that can snowball very heavily in either direction, but I like it. Not afraid to pick the Darius Alawi matchup.
Yeah, I think it's swapping up to the top side. Ganja Green is showing that he has some real DD. I think Gets on Base. I was really watching Gator Kai, especially around the Baron, just walking forward, tanking it everything up, not a care in the world. I think Gets on Base is going to bounce back. I don't know that they're going to be able to win this game easily, but I do think they're going to come out again and not be afraid to make plays. They were playing carefully, but definitely looking for the fights.
Yeah,
We have
the
Caitlyn
Jin
hovering.
picked here. So Jin
I
gonna
wish I
be
could get a Jin.
gonna be looking for. There's a lot of lockdown. There's Nautilus, Amumu, and then Jin over top. I'm just worried about there being enough damage. I think I would have preferred like a Misfortune angle into the Amumu Nautilus CC, but Jin will be able to do a little bit more from ranged, maybe, is what they're thinking. Syndra Blind picked up here for Hope in the mid lane. Caitlyn
Comfort
Seraphine,
pick
a
for him.
disgusting lane. So Jin Nautilus is not going to win into Caitlyn Seraphine. Um,
I think it's again a very strong group of four with a split pushing top laner. Caitlyn and Syndra are always happy to play together, and Seraphine loves her long range baddies. Maokai providing the initiation for them. Seraphine another option. They don't have the luxury of the Ash Arrow to find fights for them this time. Gragas
And the
coming in. That is what I
Gragas
wanted
is
to
the answer.
see for damage, but I'm concerned about the anti-synergy from his.
I've just gotten my 100th follower, which is kind of cool.
Ooh,
A nice round number.
very nice.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. 100 followers. We're getting
So I'm
there.
gonna allow 2 minutes for this poll. Vote quickly on who you think is gonna win game 2. Really hope they don't all die level 1, because that would make it slightly advantageous for anybody voting later on. I gotta give a little bit of a shout out for Hope's dedicated fan club, Mint the Bun. Always here for Hope's games, always wanting to see them on Ari. Happy to see them on Syndra this game. 5-point defense coming out for both teams. Everybody in the league is learning from the mistakes of their competition. These early setups are getting safer and safer. We don't see quite as many wards invested from Gets on Base this time, but
You gave
careful to not
a
let anything go
You
down.
gave a shout out to Hope's fan club, so we got to give a shout out to Gator's fan club. He's definitely got some buddies in the chat rooting for him as we see a second game here on Nautilus. Looks good in the lane, landing a couple in lane, but then just getting too far behind. So hopefully Gator can help be part of his team's victory here in the second game. Gets on base again, looking for their first win. Oh wow, I just got 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much.
Huge. What a hero in the chat from Zylock64. You love to see it. I do want you to, let's take a highlight at top lane. Oh, Gandra Green was sitting in that bush this whole time. And Mad Apex walks
Nice
forward,
work.
drops the ward. Will
Dude, that's
spotted
awesome.
out.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a LCC. It stands for League Community Cup, right? So we're all that's why we're all here. We couldn't do it without each other, and I definitely couldn't do this without you guys. So awesome. Let's enjoy our game here as League of Liquor looks to go 2-0 in today's match, and Gets on Base tries to say something back and pick up their first win. Clone taking pretty heavy trading. As Hope is going to be pretty happy with how that went.
Yeah, but that's what you gotta look for on Vladimir, trying to find that second Q. No cooldowns left for Syndra. It's a safe trade, but Hope knows that and moves backward to cancel. I think there's a lot more action potential in this
Gator's
game.
walking
We see
up, lands
engage bottom.
just the standing CC, but the trap is going to land onto Riz. Bassoon happy to trade out some damage. The Peacemaker misses right at the end of that trade, but I think League of Liquor is going to be pretty content with how that trade went, and Gator is already chunked down to about 40% HP. Looking for that hook, just missing onto Doll. So a nice little dodge, but if we take a look mid, Hope is having his way here with Clones so far, already a level up and shoving this wave under tower.
Yep, he will find the level. Definitely nothing has been denied yet to Clone. Expect to have Syndra, expect to see Syndra with early advantage. And as I mentioned, just don't, as long as Clone doesn't die, just keep an eye on his CS numbers. That is the lifeblood of Vladimir in the mid lane. Ganja Green with a lot of early prio topside, pushing Mad Apex into his tower. That's what we want to see on this Darius, complete in control for the moment. But I think he was in control for decent parts of last game, at least on the prio of the wave, but taking some bad trades and the comfortability on Pantheon shining through for Matt. Boxy roaming through topside. Ganja Green will have him available as backup, but Whisper again trading the trading his pathing. He's on the bot side of the map right now, so they'll be going for opposite scuttles, and he'll be backing up Caitlyn and Seraphine as they push in this
Another
wave and probably
subscription,
look to
dude.
recall.
We're popping off in here. Let's go. Hype train. Hype train for
As the
game
gank comes
2.
down on the mid, Boxy will find nothing. Hope under his tower. But as
Jason,
he yeah, huge hype train.
the pathing from these junglers, again, Whisper going from top to bottom, Boxy going from bottom to top. They are going to meet here, actually, early on, 4 levels in, and Whisper takes a twisted advance into Boxy, but I'm not sure he fully wins this.
I think
as
Boxy
Clone is
wants
early
this
on the
fight,
roam, but his bot side
all
is
is
there.
here.
Doll is going to be able to kite out, and Clone and Boxy might walk in here, but they might not want this fight. The hook is going to land from Gator as Bassoon gets dropped. A double root here from Doll as the charms land. Hope is a little bit behind this play. Gator's going to have to walk through, but the trap lands. Hope is on the other side. The stun lands, and it's first blood going over to Hope as he flashes over the wall to get out. So League of Liquor on the run. Hope able to land that stun at max range onto Gator and pick up first blood. What a play. What a play here.
Ooh,
Wait, Boxy and Clone, they want to say something about it, and they pick up a kill here onto Whisper after smiting that scuttle. So Whisper on the overstay, and he gives gold over.
Yep, nice pickup on the backside for gets on base. I think Whisper was able to smite that, but I don't think it's worth his life. Gator Kai holding up the backside of his team, trying to make sure that they're able to fight their way out on the backside, but unfortunately will be picked out by Hope. So next in the game, Dragon's coming up. We see Matt Apex dumping wave into topside. He's going to take a plate and deny some waves to Ganja Green. Definitely that I'm not sure what happened actually, but Ganja Green is now level 5. I don't think he roamed down to that fight. It was a 4v4.
Yeah, I think he
So he
probably
must have
just
taken a
got
bad trade
shoved
and forced
off.
it back.
Yeah, a good bit of CS here. Almost losing his life in the top side. A couple of really nice tethers, spirit tethers landing from Matt. The Alawi is oppressive here. I was wondering if he'd get it. I'm a little shocked to see him get it for a second game. But definitely already we are 6 minutes in and they haven't died 6 times. So gets on base much more stable here in game 2. And they already are like, it's pretty clear what their composition wants to do. They want to go in with Boxy and Gator, and they want to let Clone,
So
Riz, and
let's zoom in
Ganja
here on
follow
Void
up.
Grubs. Whisper starting now. Boxy walking through his topside jungle. It doesn't appear that gets on base are aware, but they know that this objective is spawned. Boxy just deciding to focus on his early farm. I think this may be the right choice. I don't know that they have an opportunity to win this fight if they go
Yeah,
for a
Ult
matchup into
goes down
Syndra.
topside, and so Ganja is going to be brought down extraordinarily low. He needs to dodge some of these turrets, or some of these tentacles out. And so Matt is going to push in even more. Ganja continues to lose this. Bot side, it looks like they land another hook, and Bassoon goes down. Just missed that because this topside fight is so important. Matt is going to be stunned up here under tower. A lot of bleed damage going through, and Ganja is going to pick up the kill. So a nice gank here from Boxy, and 2 good plays for gets on base back to back, both in bot and top. Gator landing a hook, but it's under tower, and so why do this?
Yeah,
Okay,
nice
he is going
signs
to
of
get out.
life out from gets on base.
No,
Gator Kai.
Doll!
Oh, he will be chased down by Doll. Riz does not support him on the way out, and Gator Kai will be picked.
I'm going to do a
It
quick
seems
replay
that
of that because we missed that. Yeah, so he hooked under tower, got rooted by Doll, and then finished off there. And just, he's only got Tier and Last Whisper, but Doll able to punish Gator for the overextension under tower.
Yep, must have been worried that Bassoon or Whisper were on their way. Riz declining to support his support on the exit. Perhaps decided to let him be punished for taking the hook under tower.
So gets on base with a measly, like roughly 100 gold lead here. It is 3 Void Grubs over to League of Liquor, but the gold is onto the mid lane and the support for League of Liquor, whereas the top
I like
and
this
the
look from
carry have it.
Boxy.
Yeah, he's looking. Will he find the bandage toss onto Hope? He does find the first bandage toss. Will he go for a second? He elects not to ult here, and so Whisper shows up just in time to dissuade the rest of Gets on Base from that all-in, and they back away.
Yep, Gets on base invests the Vladimir Ghost. Thankfully, Ghost not that long of a cooldown, but Dragon is up. League of Liquor have priority over onto this. Boxy dropped down to half now after the backs on the end of that trade. Doll and Bassoon clearing wards. Want to see Gets on base retake the Dragon Pit with this downtime after they've shoved in the wave, but they do not have a sweeper available, and they will have to settle for pushing in their own wave. Even after taking the death topside, we forgot to ask, good death? Mad Apex still a
It was
level
on a
up.
gank. It was on a
20
gank. I think it was a good play from Boxy. But a good point being brought out here, as Matt is going to be pulled in by Darius. But a really good point coming out in chat is the CS differential in these lanes. Huge leads in top and mid for League of Liquor, but the bot lane actually evening out here. And with an advantage for Gets on Base. So the gold lead starting to edge over just from CS primarily, as Gator looks for another hook. It wasn't quite level 6, but he was hoping he would get it. They don't know that Whisper is here, so Whisper kind of probably wishes that hook had hit. And they're going to continue to chase down. The ulti is going to land the charm. Riz is charmed here. He might have to flash out, and they do get both flashes burned out. The Jin ulti
Ooh.
will come out, but it shouldn't be enough to kill as the hook from Gator is going to land on Whisper. Will the critical... Oh, a nice flash
Huge.
root landing from Boxy as the stun onto all
Clone is
three.
here to follow up.
Not enough damage though. Clone flashing under tower. Riz is here as well. A second hook lands under tower as all three will go down, but
Boxy,
two
no!
of them will die under tower, so gets on base dropping both. Clone is just eating turret shots. Meanwhile, all this time, Hope is taking mid plates. That's already 2 plates, and they're continuing to lose pressure top as Matt already has 3 plates. So cross map, they win about 800 gold, but not more.
Yep, it's an effective roam out of clone, but he really didn't have the priority he needed to make that roam without taking a loss on the trade. Hope getting a ton of value staying in mid. He's going to take 4 plates off the mid tower in total. He's sitting at 4,500 gold, a full 1,000 gold ahead of clone. So where is the rest of the gold coming from? It's got to be a combination of mid or of it's coming out of the jungle for Boxy actually. A big advantage over Whisper in the jungle, keeping the gold even across the game.
Oof,
But 3 grubs already taken and 3 grubs being followed up in the second spawn. Those will bring League of Liquor to 6 total if they can collect these last 2. Boxy could jump over.
Boxy is in, but the rest of League of Liquor is there. He is able to get one of them, but he's got no way to get out, no flash, and he will get burned down. And Hope picks up another kill here. So this is 8 plates for the solo laners as Ganja flashes through, and ult coming down. A lot of bleed damage, but Matt is able to get the first kill, and the bleed isn't going to be enough. So it's going to be first kill and first tower here for Matt.
Yep, and that will bring him to roughly 700 gold up in this topside matchup. I really liked the engage from Ganja, but the healing out of Alawi just powers through the damage even with the Darius ulti.
By 700,
gets on base, now sitting in a similar situation as last game. As far as gold distribution, of course, the overall gold lead not nearly as large as it was previously. It should be a lot easier for them to rush down Whisper, Hope, Bassoon, and Doll. Should all be easily rushed down if they can find the burst damage and a nice engage. And they definitely have the openings to do it. They have Gator Kai with his hooks, and they have Boxy jumping forward with a Bandage Tosh, and then following up with a Clone Ghost on Vladimir.
So, Jason, we're 12 minutes in, and we haven't had a Dragon take yet, and Whisper now setting up for the Dragon. Matt has come down here, and it's an Iceborne Gauntlet first item. Or Frozen Fist? Yeah.
League of Liquor first onto the Dragon.
Yeah,
I don't think gets on base and take this fight, but they will jump
Boxy
in.
is there, but the hook just misses. A nice charm from Doll is going to pull Riz out of his ultimate. That's 1 down for League of Liquor, but already 2 for gets on base dropping. As Riz and Gator, not much they can do as the call is to escape as fast as possible. Matt is going to be on the Dragon. So they win the team fight. It's a 3-for-1 in the pit. What does Ganja get topside? It's probably going to be just 2 plates.
Yep, it feels like League of Liquor really making their advantage this game just through macro plays, deciding to when they can push top and mid, building a lot of map control out of just solid rotations together as a team, getting to the objective at the right time, not too early and not too late.
If you are Gator or Hope, you should absolutely watch this game with chat on the side because your fan bases are going to war for you here. You'll love to see it. We've got our first fan battle, essentially, in the chat. I love it. Gator 1v2ing in the bot side here, trying to hold off his tower as both of the outer towers in the other lanes are already gone. And now also... Bassoon able to even up in gold as it balloons to 3k roughly.
Engage mid onto Clone as Hope follows
with a twist
up.
Advance through and a nice scatter of the week from Hope. Decent bit of chunk damage as Clone is brought down to about 60% HP.
Yep, making the most out of that Luden's Companion and Hextech Alternator just bursting him down. But Clone should be able to heal up over time. Definitely going to expect a 4-man engage onto this Rift Herald topside. They've done everything they can this
Hope
game
looking for
to
a schedule
empower
lead.
Mad Apex on
Just
Alawi.
misses. Boxy's going to look for the bandage toss, but it just misses. So very close here on the CC. And Hope is in a great position to try and carry this fight. He's got Ludens and Hextech Alternator charged up. He's 3-0. He's played a great game so far. Matt finds a nice stun over the wall. Boxy flashes forward, but he's not able to get the ulti off in time. And Hope burns Boxy down. He still has his ultimate here. We'll see. Scatter of the Week lands onto Ganja. His ultimate could come through here, and it does. So that's a second kill. He's 5-0-2, 15 minutes in on the Syndra. And a great
Whisper again,
rundown team
not
fight.
picking up the Rift Herald, but Mad Apex will blast cone over the pit, pick it up on his way up to top side. Perhaps they were just leaving it for him directly. I'm sure if we ask him after this game, he will say that that was his plan the whole time. I wonder. I have a question, Ian. Do you
Yep.
think he gets on base is blundering by not sending Gator Kai to the top lane on Renekton? He's the Gator.
Yeah, that's a good angle.
All right, I'll let you go.
I really
You
think
know,
that these subs have come in and they're doing their best with what they've been given. It looks like it's going to be a little too late. We'll see how strong the caster curse is here today. I had it with me yesterday, but yeah, I'm not sure that gets on base are going to be able to get on base or get on the scoreboard. Um, in terms of wins. Matt is going to take the 1v3 fight topside as the Alawi ulti goes down, and Ganja already burnt down to 30% HP. Clone and Boxy are here, but so many tentacles are out from Matt, and he'll gladly take this fight, I think. A nice stun, and they're going to try and trade this damage through. It is a shutdown that goes over to Clone. Ganja is able to get away, so they play it really nicely, get away with it clean, and Hope takes about half of mid tier 2 in return.
Yep, objective bounty is massive out of the bot side. Anytime that Gets on Base is able to find trades across the map or trades
This
even
is
in
a
a
kill
fight.
for Hope. Hope needs to kill Clone here. He's going to flash forward and force the flash of Clone out. A nice respect flash. Yeah, really nice force out from Hope, and he does get tier 2. Boxy and Whisper battling it out here over the red buff. Boxy's going to pick it up there.
A little bit of trash talk going down in the chat between mid laners. Clone and Hope seem to be friendly. I think they've spent some time together in the LCC chat. We have 4 going down top on a Matt. Boxy jumping forward.
Matt doesn't have ulti, but he is able to land an easy tether here. So another, we won't call this an int, but another death. Let's see it in chat. Good death? Bad death? Good death. Mint says good death.
Good death from Mint. 5-man top. This was Matt's ultimate opportunity to show us up what he means when he says, go ahead, bring 5 top. I'm Alawi. But League of Liquor following up on the bot side. They will take the bot tower. So that is all outer towers.
Gator looking for the angle here.
League of Liquor.
I don't know if they want this fight, but they will take it. The hook lands from Gator and Whisper ultimates to try and get them out. League of Liquor wants to try and escape. Boxy missing the bandage toss, and so both teams will disengage here. I think League of Liquor could have taken that fight, but the call is out and go for Dragon. So this will be their second Dragon. They're roughly 5.5k gold up at this point in the game, in game 2. Clone's starting to scale here. He's got the Haunting Guys and Riftmaker. As Kalen ulti is going to come out, and the rest of League of Liquor is here. Twisted Advance onto him. Instantly rooted by the Jhin. Riz trying to deal damage from range. Hope a good chunk and zone control. So League of Liquor wins that battle there. And 11-9 is the kill score, but it's a much bigger gold lead.
Yeah, really patient play coming out of League of Liquor, deciding not to start the Dragon. They want to chunk them off beforehand so that they can guarantee the take. And they also have a Seraphine to answer any chunk damage that Gets on Base is able to push onto them. I think it's a smart way to play the fights. Their waves are in good positions. They have power top. League of Liquor looking really controlled in this game so far.
Yeah, they have done everything right. They're continuing to.
We have another 5-man top.
It's not an Alawi. It's not a Hullbreaker Alawi, but he is playing like Hullbreaker, and so Gator will try with the rest of Gets on Base to turn this around. A couple tentacles land, and there's the ultimate coming out, but it's not enough damage in
Ooh,
enough time. It is really good damage, but it's not enough to win the 1v5 as they send 5 topside for the 3rd time this match. And that's
that's
his 4th
Baron
death.
spawning with a minute and 30 seconds on the Amumu ulti burn to take down Matt in a 1v5.
Not just the Amumu ulti, but the Darius and the Nautilus ulti as well. Gator, Ganja, and Boxy all electing to use their ultimates there in the 1v5. So Matt with a lot of buying a lot of utility for his team. We'll see Hope and Bassoon should be able to set up. I'd like to see a lot of Caitlyn traps go down here. Um,
Yeah, do we have to ask though? Good death?
I mean, Fia is asking in chat, what do you think, Fia? Is it a good death?
Yep. I'll allow him to call it a good death if they're actually able to push
Questionable.
anything during the
Mint
time
thinks
that
it's
this
questionable. Yeah, it's tough to
with the
tell.
haze. Yep. I'm looking at this 50-second timer on a Mumu ultimate. League of Liquor has 50 seconds left to prove that it was a good death. Otherwise, he just entered for fun.
Harold actually timing out here, and Matt just never using it topside when he was alone topside. So it times out. It does not get a charge.
You think he
Um,
forgot he had it?
I think he probably forgot he had it. Yeah. Um, Whisper here in the Baron pit. He actually procs the Baron with his Hollow Radiance. So he's going to take about 700 unnecessary damage. Of course, he gets about 300 back for free. Um,
I see Boxy moving towards bot side. This is a 2-man rotate over to Mad Apex as opposed to their previous
this will
5-man.
not be enough damage. There's
Gator
no
Kai is
way.
rotating as well.
Matt will gladly take this fight. And the ultimate
As
does
they
go
engage onto
down. It's
Baron.
onto 3, so
League
they
of Liquor.
start Baron. As Boxy is topside, he has to flash out. Yeah, they do not have enough damage. Gator is here, but now the rest of his team is not.
Switch to Baron. Switch to Baron.
Yes, Baron is here. Clone is going in for this fight. Riz is trying to ulti over the top, but the Hope ultimate is going to land and pick off Clone as he engages 1v4 as the Vladimir. Riz is posturing here, but there's nothing he can do really. Doll is pretty low on the side, but the shields should. This will be a Baron secure for League of Liquor. Nice pull, nice push and pull here, and good macro.
Yep, making the most out of this Seraphine pick. Just taking the fight slow, waiting as long as they need to, letting Matt apply pressure in the side lane. He brings them to him, and he gets away clean and keeps putting the pressure on. Unable to burn through them. It's a really tough angle for Gets on base at this point. They need to find some quick picks and burst them down, and then probably disengage and look for a reset. Thankfully, only 2 dragons taken for League of Liquor. They have some opportunity. They're not going to get to Soul. They're not going to get to Elder Dragon. But Baron on the map, I want to see League of Liquor pushing down either 1 or 2 lanes. I really want to see a 1-0-4 out of them to make the most of this Lowry split push.
I think that's the style of Baron power play that we need to see in the LCC. The 1-3-1 is just, it requires a little bit too much coordination. And so I think the 1-4-0 or the 1-0-4 is going to be the way to go for power plays in the LCC. And I hope that we see that adaptation in future weeks. Of course.
We've got a lull in the action. Can you switch us over to gold view? Let's take a.
Yeah, of course.
Let's highlight where the power is.
4.5K in mid.
I think as we can expect from the 6-0-2 score line, currently about 80 CS up, and finding themselves in definitely the strongest seed of the game. They have all the power. Mad Apex is bringing the whole team to them, but Hope's winning these team fights. He's applying a lot of damage, and I think it's a super safe 4-man champion death wall that they have built for themselves. Caitlyn, Seraphine.
Yeah, Ganja and Boxy trying to team up topside again to kill Matt, but he's much more suspicious of it this time, and Dragon is coming up, so they're really using his pressure to pull the team away from these crucial objectives. Now, this is only 3rd Drake because we took the first one so late in the game, but this is borderline free, and yeah, Boxy is here, but it's way too late, and I don't think Gets on base even want this fight.
Yep, Vision is already taken. Or Vision is already applied. They're just going to be able to walk out on the back end, and Matt is taking the top tower as well.
Yeah, this Alawi with Baron definitely turning this from a Baron take into a Baron power play, as top inhibitor tower will drop, and he's on to the first inhibitor. Clone is here. Boxy's here as well. I'm not sure what they can do about it. The first bandage toss misses. The tether actually misses on a Boxy. That was a weird interaction.
He's gonna have to
But the
invest in Moo
ultimate
again.
will land. And Boxy chunked down to half. Clone and Ganja here now to try and turn it around, but all these tentacles, the W damage is going to be quite sufficient. Ganja's nearly dead. Ganja will... Oh, he survives! But in the middle lane... No, he does.
His
drop
spirit
him,
was tested and he has been slain. Hope will follow up on the
my
Clone
gosh,
and burst
the
him
Storm
down.
Surge damage just deleted from the game.
Yeah, believe it or not, he's a little strong at this point. And I think this will be Gets on Base's death throws in our second match of the night. Currently 8k gold lead for League of Liquor. They have 4 men in the base. Matt Apex has got to be feeling good about that one. He's bringing them to him and winning the fights. A hook forward onto Hope and Kai.
Yep, Gator lands a hook onto Hope. So the two fan clubs battling it out on the Rift. But Hope, of course, able to walk away as Doll, Bassoon, and Whisper just kind of gently persuade League of Liquor out of the base. They've taken 2 inhibs. They're going to reset, and then they'll probably let Matt push in bots for the final inhib.
Yeah, fan club's got to be happy the Gator's able to walk away alive after getting that hook. I have a question. Do you normally hear Jin when like he ults on your team? Do you hear the music?
I don't hear the music because I've got it set to the updated music. But yeah, sometimes.
No, but like in Spectator, I can hear Jin ult, and it throws me off every time.
Yeah. Oh my God, Clone is electing to take this 1v1 down about 4.5k gold. Riz shows up to convince him he's got better things to do, and so Clone will walk away with half HP. Even
I like his
Vlad,
gumption
he can't heal
though.
up quite enough.
Yeah, but this is a curious Vladimir build to me, going for Leandri's Torment Riftmaker, looking to just take these fights long. But I think that League of Liquor really wants to take the fights long, and I think it's not going to be in his favor. But again, I'm not a Vladimir one-trick, so perhaps Clone knows better than I do, now that he's a one-trick, but I just can't say. League of Liquor setting up a trap for themselves. Gator Kai
Gator could be caught out here. The Scatter the Weak is going to land. They invest Caitlyn ulti, and the Twist
nice
Advance
hook.
lands, but buffered beautifully there with the hook out, and Gator with the escape. Gator gets out.
Yeah. 1v4s not only for Matt. Gator Kai able to find and be caught out and then hook away. Well played from him, but the vision control is strong from League of Liquor. Gets on base, is not able to push forward. Really want to see some support for Gator Kai, trying to set up this vision. He needs to place
vision here,
one more
you can really
reset.
see how snuffed out they are. There's really not a lot they can do, but it is a 1v1 topside as Matt and Clone duke it out. Roughly even here, actually, as Ganja shows up, and so Matt is going to... He does land the tether, and Ganja could be in a good bit of trouble. Flashes into him, lands the ulti, and Ganja has to flash out at the last second.
Oh, Matt will live, Ganja will live, but this Baron is at half HP and is going down. Gator Kai, only one moving to address it. Boxy rotating over now. He could
Clone
find
does
a
get
steal.
the kill, and so now they could go to show up. Boxy is in, and he steals! Boxy steals the Baron! Hope punishes him for the overextension, but this is exactly what they need. 5.5k gold down. What a gorgeous steal.
Flash forward from Whisper onto Gator Kai. Can he buffer this one?
Another, but it's definitely not going to be enough as Hope and Bassoon continue on the chase down. So 2 down. Ganja, Clone, and Riz, can they save the base here? They do have the Baron buff.
Yep, Clone moving quite far forward. Brave, believing in his power
Clone
of the
potentially caught out, and Hope on the side here. Ganja's going to look for the engage. He forces the flash out, and this is all up to Hope. I think if Hope lands enough damage onto the right targets, that's 1 turret down. It looks like both inhibitors are about to
from
respawn.
Matt Apex.
Matt is in. They want to end here. They want to end. Gator is up in 4 seconds. A Scatter the Weak on the 2. Clone has to pull instantly, but the ult could come out still. The hook lands from Gator, and the root is down onto Hook, but the second tower goes down, and the Nexus is open. It looks like Gets on Base will try to fight for their life as Matt, Whisper, and Bassoon are onto the Nexus. Bassoon just hitting the Nexus, and one more auto will do it. He gets the plus 50, and despite a brilliant effort at the end of the game from Gets on Base, League of Liquor will win both games in the series, going to 3-1 on the season. Beautiful game here in Game 2, and a great play from League of Liquor. Great games.